Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another episode of the Sports Your Enthusiasm podcast. I am your humble host, Bryce Benjamin, and as always, well, not as always, but here today, I have my co-host, Ed Jesse, back in the house. What's going on, Ed?
What it do?
And we got a special guest in the building today, my man, Jamie Howard. Jamie, what's going on, man?
What's going on, man? Appreciate the opportunity. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks for stopping by. Glad you was able to make it to the show today. We tried to get you on previous episode, but we got it worked out today. So yeah, looking forward to it. So free agency, NFL season, new season, I should say, started, and we seen some crazy moves happening. So this show is pretty much going to be all about that. Going to discuss a couple of key trades, signings, all that, you know. So give our thoughts and opinions on winners and losers of free agency so far, because literally just began. And yeah, we might talk a little about other sports as well. We'll see how this episode flows, but you never know. We'll see. I'm sorry, I'm a little tired. I ain't gonna lie, but I'm gonna go through.
You look like it.
I'm gonna get through it. Yeah, see, y'all can see me right now. I'm kind of slumped in my chair. But real quick, I like to take a minute for any guest that comes on the show. I like to give them a little bit of time to talk their fanhood. So, Jamie,
what's happening?
Let the people know out there, man. Speak your sports, speak your fanhood.
Man, it starts way back in them 90 days, man. Them Dallas Stars, man, they was on that road, man.
Oh, the hockey team?
Nah, them Cowboys, man.
Oh,
all
right.
Come
My
on,
bad.
Man. You know about them Dallas Stars, man.
Yeah, that's the that's not the Cowboys.
Come on, man.
Oh, my bad.
That Michael Irvin, that Deion Sanders, that man, it was a great time growing up, and like I said, I should be a Chicago Bulls fan because I did watch them, but man, them Lakers, my Cowboys and my Lakers, man, those are my two sports, man. Basketball, football, obviously growing up, that's how we do it. Come on, man. It's just what I follow, man. I grew up playing football, childhood, little hoop, high school, college, So
What position you played?
Oh, I was receiver and cornerback, man.
Okay.
I did my thing when I could. Played with the great James Starks, a lot of Green Bay. Thank you for that draft.
Yo, keep it real. Who was faster between you and him?
Oh, he was by far, man. That was a fun. that was right there, man. Like, honestly, when people say, like, when you see somebody and they got it, like, man, he ran 4.39. Like, that was crazy. Like, just to be able to run with him, like, that was, like, alone. Like, I only seen one person that I played with, and that was the running back, Kenny Armstrong. Like, honestly,
okay.
Like,
yeah.
Honestly, like, it was just, I think it was just a great experience for me. Like, I mean, I didn't come up as serious as they did, but be out there to hold my own with them, though, man.
Okay.
That was dope, man. That was a great experience coming up. So that definitely drove me more into the sports culture, and obviously to just follow football and basketball. I try the hockey thing now. I allowed my man Ed. He done tried me out to something new. So I'm about to start following them Sabres. To try to get in the swing of things to add to the resume, man. And that's me, man.
Yeah, more power to y'all in the hockey.
What though? Honestly, I say it all the time. You got to go to a game to experience.
I've been to a game, and like, don't get me wrong, like, live sports in general is fun.
Absolutely,
yeah. Like,
absolutely.
the experience is fun. It's just like trying to follow it after, like.
You think so?
Yeah, it's not necessarily following it while you're watching the game live.
Okay,
it's just like following the sport throughout the season.
Me personally,
I'm trying to do that with baseball right now, and like, I enjoy baseball.
That's long, though, man.
Yeah, baseball is longer.
That's long,
but like, I've been able to look at baseball through different perspectives, like the nuances of the game.
Okay,
you know what I'm saying? So it's making me have more respect for it.
Okay,
I should say, like, just seeing like the different hand signals, seeing, okay, well, this guy, he's batting left, so they're going to shift it, the infielders to the right, and shit like that. You know what I mean? So just picking that up. So I feel you on that one. All right, we went off on a little tangent right there, but it's all good.
It'd be like that sometimes.
Yeah, we took a couple of shots to start this show.
We usually do that. Yeah, I mean.
Good vibes.
All right, but let's go ahead and get right into it, man. So NFL free agency, really, you know what? Even though it's free agency, it kind of kicked off with big trades. and I kind of want to go there first. So I think y'all know what trade I'm talking about.
Oh, man.
The Cleveland Browns.
Oh, man.
They've been making some crazy moves.
Oh,
and the one that caught every headline was, of course, the Odell Beckham trade. So I'm pretty sure even if you don't watch football, you know about this trade. The New York Giants decided to go ahead and ship Odell Beckham to the Cleveland Browns for a first-round pick, a third-round pick, and the safety Jabril Peppers. And in return, the Cleveland Browns got superstar, possibly future Hall of Fame wide receiver Odell Beckham. And social media went crazy. Now, keep in mind, this is after the Browns signed Jarvis Landry last year. Baker Mayfield had a breakout rookie season as a quarterback. They signed Kareem Hunt before the actually free agency began. They signed Kareem Hunt to a 1-year deal and got some news on him. He'd be out for only 8 games to start the season, so he'll be back in midway through the season, fresh legs. And then also traded for Olivia Vernon from the New York Giants. Damn, they made 2 trades with the Giants.
Yeah, it was 2 separate trades. The Vernon trade was first.
The Vernon trade was first, yep. But Cleveland, man, what do y'all think about those moves? Like literally, Twitter, Facebook, every social media outlet, every NFL show, everybody's talking about it. Everybody seemed like they're jumping on the Browns bandwagon, and you look at their roster, and you can see why. You can see the hype in Cleveland. What do y'all think?
I just say why? Why? Giants, why? I mean, thank you for being in my division and giving your team away, but why? You've literally just gave them the third best, if not the third best team in the AFC. Honestly,
third best team in the AFC.
Third best. Like I said, man.
Damn.
Third. Think about it.
That's high.
Think about it. Who's there left to battle with them?
Man, you gotta remember, man. It was 7-8-1 last year.
Man, listen.
They got blew out by 4 teams that made the playoffs.
Absolutely.
They went 1-5 against playoff teams last year. So I think that they are going to be very, very interesting to watch this year.
Very.
I think we
just need to
calm
what
down
just
a little
happened
bit.
in the AFC though. Pitt just got rid of their whole team. Yeah. Baltimore kind of reloaded. They kind of reloaded, but we don't know what Lamar Jackson's going to do for a whole entire season, so we cannot do that. We've seen what Baker Mayfield can do, and what happens when his coach lets the rain off and lets him let that thing go.
They would have probably had a running record if he
and
played the whole
honestly,
year.
you just added a number 1 threat to what you already just had. Not to mention you have a number 1 tight end in David Njoku as well, so the middle of the field is wide open. So there's not just double teaming one side of the field, not with Jarvis. Like, honestly speaking, besides Houston, you and New England, like who, and maybe the Chargers, who else is left? Who else to battle with them?
Who did you mention?
Houston.
Mm-hmm.
And New England.
Houston, New England.
Yeah.
So Chiefs don't matter.
Chiefs, yeah, but like I said, their defense.
The Chargers.
Here's this: the defense with the Chiefs. That's what we have to see.
Mm-hmm.
That if the defense can keep up with that, like I said, I love Pat Mahomes, but like I said, in the cold, in the hot, it's easy to put up 50. It's hard to do that in the cold.
Mm-hmm.
And like I say, when you go, let's say Cleveland gets a win a year, you got to go to Cleveland and do that in the freezing cold. You're not putting up 50 in the freezing cold.
So
they'll be used to that by then.
So Indy don't count?
I'm not sold on Indy. You see how they just got swamped in the, like, come on, man. They're so up and down. There's not, honestly, without that trade.
They was the hottest team in the NFL at that point.
At that point, and then you see how they just fell off in the playoffs.
Yeah,
hold on. I want to reel it back in real quick. Ed, let's get your perspective on it real quick. The trade, what this does for Cleveland. What's your thoughts on it?
I think it brings a lot of money to the city of Cleveland. Outside of that, I'm not really too sure how much a receiver is going to make that big of a difference on that type of team. Now, I do respect the fact that their first trade landed them a great defensive end. No, not great, but he's very good. He's very good. They did have to give up a left tackle, I believe, for him.
A guard.
Okay,
one of the best guards in the league, by the way.
Well, he was very he is good, and that moves like those get slept on. I feel like that did hurt them a little bit. They also lost Jabril Peppers, who was a up and coming very nice safety. Now, do they sign Eric Berry? That's yet to be determined. People got to remember that their GM is the one that helped build the Kansas City Chiefs to what they are today. So people got to kind of remember that, it's not like it's just Cleveland just out the blue making these things. Like, they had a GM that knew how to make moves. He kind of sacrificed offensive line, got a receiver, got a defensive end. They might still be able to make a move here or there to solidify some things. Maybe they feel like they can get something in the draft, because I think they do still have a number 1 pick, I believe.
Yeah.
Who, Cleveland?
Yeah, don't they still have one number 1, or is it the 2 number 2s or something? They got something funky.
They don't have a first round pick in this year's draft.
But they have the opportunity to definitely fill that hole. With that, I mean, Nick Chubb second year. I'm always a believer of a quarterback in the second year. I'm not much of a believer of a running back in the second year, but quarterbacks, I just feel like the second year makes or breaks that trend of either they're going to be top tier, mid tier, low tier. That's just what I've experienced over the last 6-7 years. So I feel like giving him that piece, that guy that's, albeit his availability is not great, which does hinder him. When he's on the field with his buddy from high school,
come on, man.
That's gonna be one tough offense to crack.
Yeah, I will say this: the move overall, Cleveland, they won free agency so far on paper.
Absolutely,
and that's the key with me. It's on paper. All right. So real quick, and by the way, they signed Sheldon Richardson from Minnesota, defensive tackle, to a 3-year, $30 million deal as well. Mm-hmm. So another move. So Cleveland made crazy moves. 2 good trades. The Vernon trade picked him up from the Giants, and they did give up a very good guard, a Pro Bowl, All-Pro caliber guard in Zeitler. And I think they're definitely going to feel the effects on that one there, and picked up Vernon, which I get it. You want to bring in another pass rusher to go with Myles Garrett, because Myles is a monster.
Absolutely,
that boy is a beast. Vernon, not so much. Vernon's, like you said, he's good, not great. So I think they definitely lost that trade, but I get why they did it. The Odell Beckham Jr. pickup. This literally gives them, on paper, one of the more explosive offenses potentially this upcoming season, especially when Kareem Hunt gets back into the fold after his 8-game suspension. So Odell Beckham, people say what they want to say about him, and he's a head case, or he's injury prone, which, he hasn't been on the field. He has yet to complete a 16-game season, if I'm not mistaken. So I get that concern. But when he's healthy, he arguably, and he's, in my opinion, he's the most dynamic receiver on the field. So this literally takes their offense to a whole new level. So now you literally got one-on-one matchups to go with their tight end, Njoku, or what's his name? Did I say it right?
Yeah,
you said
it.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Jarvis Landry, who had a decent season for them last year. They got the 2 running backs in the backfield right now with Chubb and then Kareem Hunt when he gets back. And then they're going to trade Duke Johnson, is what the reports are coming out. They're able to resign their left tackle as well, and Greg Robertson, who had a nice little bounce back season. Wasn't great, but wasn't bad. So on paper, and then Baker Mayfield, he set a rookie record with touchdown passes last year, and the man got game.
And y'all just gave him another weapon.
Baker got game, man. Baker got swag. He got game. He looks like Cleveland finally got it right, because it seemed like anytime Cleveland drafted a quarterback, they was doomed to fail. Now, my question with Cleveland, they got all the